Okay, folks, so this is our forensic chemistry drug detection lab. So the first thing you need to do is you need to actually read all of this information so that you can answer these questions. These are before the lab, and you need to actually pay attention to this because otherwise the lab won't make any sense. It talks about how we examine evidence. More questions here on the back, and then it gives you the scenario, which is basically that they believe food has been contaminated with aspirin crystals, which you answer some questions about the scenario and what's supposed to happen, and then you're going to set up your reaction tray. You only need one tray for this one. There's my tray, and I'm going to label it, and notice I'm using a vis-a-vis water-soluble pen. And I'm being careful not to put the ink into the wells because that will contaminate your, it will contaminate your samples. So water, iodine, and, iron. Actually, hold on. Get that off. The symbol for iodine is I, but for iron, it's Fe, so I'm just going to use that. There we go. So now I know what's going across and what's going in each thing. So I've got my stir sticks here, which I'm using to take my solids out of their container. So this is my control here, which I am putting into each of the wells under the C for control. So the powders are labeled at the top. So I got my control in. Then I need my sugar. Okay, so now I have all my powders in their wells. So I got control, sugar, salt, and cornstarch. Now I'm going to add my liquids. I'm going to start with the water, and I'm going to put a couple of drops, usually 3 or 4 per well. Now, at this point, you can also be using some toothpicks to stir and see what happens. And notice I'm using a different toothpick for each well so that I don't contaminate anything. And you can kind of tell what's going on with each one as you go. So the idea here, I'm going to flip this for a second, is physical appearance. I would have already filled that in. How did my control react with water? I'm going to explain it. Then I'm going to put the ferric, basically the iron solution. It will show you what the reactions are supposed to be when you read through the directions. So you can definitely use some toothpicks to sort of give you a little bit of a stir here so you can see what's happening for each one. And you can kind of see what's going on, actions going on. So I'm going to slide this. So over here, you've written your physical appearance before you started, water, iodine, or iron and iodine solution, and then decide which one is probably the one that's contaminated. All right, so good luck with your lab. Don't forget to read all of the directions and answer the questions.